Hi everyone, Marie Gervais here with Shift Management. And today the topic that I wanted to help out with is how to stay motivated and encouraged when you're looking for work. That is something that a lot of people are going through right now, and they need some help because, of course, it can be discouraging and it can take a while before you find the job that you're looking for. So what usually happens is people start applying for jobs, they send a whole bunch of their resumes online, and then nothing happens, and then they panic and they just keep doing it over and over again, the same thing, and they're very frustrated with not getting results. So here's what you can do to parcel up your job search and make sure that it is more effective and that you aren't going crazy in the process. So basically, you need to plan better. And planning involves doing 4 different things. Putting your job search into daily tasks and weekly tasks, exercising, socializing, and networking. So exercising is really important because when people don't exercise, they start to lose their motivation and they get depressed, and you do not want that to happen. So I suggest going for a walk at the very least, and if you can, do regular exercise every day, because that is going to help you feel encouraged, motivated, and pepped. And plus, you're probably going to get more fit and stay in shape. So it's all good. When you go for your job interviews, you're going to look good and fresh and happy. So that's what you want. So exercise is important. But in addition to exercise, you also want to make sure that you're socializing with people and that you're networking. And I'm going to talk about how you plan all this stuff into your day and into your week so that it feels more like a regular job. Because that's the other problem with job searching, is you feel like you're sort of without a routine. If you set it up like it's a routine, then it's going to be good for you. All right, so when you're planning, you divide up your planning into daily tasks and into weekly tasks and then into staying hopeful tasks. So the daily tasks should start out with you looking online for things. I know that in a lot of other posts, what I've said is that you should try as much as you can to connect with real people first. But today if you're doing regular ongoing job searching, it's very helpful to still stay current with what's happening online, because you have to use everything and see what tool works. So online job searching can be divided up into day one. You do, general sites like Indeed and Monster and city job sites and things like that. And then job boards, general job boards. And then day 2 could be when you're looking for specific niches that are, for example, from professional associations or from companies, things like that. So then you divide it up and you do about an hour of that. And then once you've done an hour of that, you spend another hour on social media. And the social media tasks that you should do when you're job searching, I always start with Twitter. I think that if you put in a hashtag and then the name of the job you're searching and the city or the airport code of that city, it's going to give you a lot of helpful tips. You just start adding some hashtags into the search function of Twitter and you're going to come up with some job postings that you might not find otherwise. People often can apply right away. Like, in fact, sometimes it'll say things like apply right away, click here. And then the person who's posted it will tweet you right back and you get really quickly to somebody. So I always start with Twitter. Then I would go to Facebook. And Facebook, you should probably, again, type into the search function and look for companies and groups that might help you be in, the job that you want to be in. And then also look for job postings. And if you're on a company or in a group, they will also have job postings. So look for the job postings there and see what's available. And then I go to LinkedIn, connect with a few people that you think might be able to give you some advice or connect you to somebody else for work. And then use that as a way to get more strategic with what companies might be good to work for. So you can do a lot of searching on LinkedIn to find out different things, thought leaders and people that are writing in different industries. And as you do that, you will be able to connect with potential jobs. So there's the first 2 hours of your day. And then the other thing that you should be doing, of course, is you should be spending some time during your day perfecting your cover letters for each of the job applications that you're going to do. I would break it down so that you've got, say, 2 or 3 applications per week, so that you can focus on getting a really good cover letter. Don't jump at whatever thing is available, that you can't really get it ready for, that's due in 2 hours, because it's not likely to happen or you're not likely to get chosen. So plan it out more carefully and write a good cover letter and make sure your resume suits that particular job. And in your cover letter and anything else you're doing to apply for the job, make sure you use all the keywords in the job and that you describe very carefully how you would meet those requirements. Look up the company, make sure that you know things about the company and that you're meetings saying how you would meet some potential needs that the company could have. So it's going to take some time to do that because those things are very time consuming. So you're going to spend some of your time doing that. Then you're going to need to get some exercise or socialize or have a meeting with somebody. So if you have a goal of meeting 2 people or going to 2 networking events per week, that's going to be good because that's going to keep you into your weekly tasks and it's going to get you away from the screen and being discouraged with people not necessarily getting back to you or the connections not coming as quickly as you might like. So you want to go out there and attend some events, go to professional events, go to meetup events, attend anything where you're going to be talking with people and you can chat them up and see what they might be doing and what advice they might have for you. So you want to do that a couple of times a week. And you should also be talking to some friends that you trust and see if you can meet them and get them to critique what you're doing. So oftentimes we don't really see our own strengths and our own weaknesses. So if you want to perfect your job pitch or you want to get better at answering unexpected interview questions, get somebody to work with you on that, ask you the questions and stop you and say, that wasn't very clear, try that again. So someone who's going to be honest with you and help you to perfect your job search skills can be very helpful. And I'm going to suggest something that a friend of mine did. She was looking for a job for 3 months and she was getting pretty discouraged about it. But what she did to stay hopeful is she texted me and a couple of other people, like probably two or 3 times a week. And she'd say, okay, I just applied for this job. I hope I get it. Cross your fingers, wish me luck, things like that. And then she'd get an interview and she'd say the interview went well, but there was one question they asked me that I thought was kind of strange. And then, or she'd say, I didn't get the job. Too bad. I was kind of hoping I'd get that one. So that way she stayed in contact with me and it gave me some insights into her and her personalities that I didn't already have. So that because I was one of her references. So when her job potential employers contacted me, I could say some more specific things about who she was and how persistent she was and how she was able to overcome obstacles because of her staying in touch with me. So that's another way you can socially check in with people and make it feel like you're not the only person on the planet looking for work right now. So I would definitely do that. Use some of the people that you know to give you some advice and critique your various different skills so you can hone those skills. You can also join a job search group where they do those things as part of the group meeting. So all of those things can help you with staying confident and staying motivated. All right, so that's your day. You start it with the website searches on the job boards and you go into the social media and look for searches there, and then you connect with some people, meet them. You're perfecting your cover letter and your resume and sending them out to targeted specific places, and you're looking to connect with people. Then there's one other thing you should do, and that thing is to write down both your dream job and then your career, how you think you'd like it to look over the next 5 years or even 10 years. And write down as many details as you can. Put it down onto paper. Write it by hand. It's very helpful to go through that process, and it helps you to be able to recognize opportunities when they come up, and also to speak positively to them when you get an opportunity. So those you want to do that. That's part of your overall career planning, and that can be helpful. So writing down where you'd like to be helps you then to get from now to the next step to the next step. Once you've done that, then you want to go backwards and say, well, okay, if that's my goal, how would I get there? What steps would I take? And then that's when you can use your friends to critique and say, gee, I think you missed a step, or maybe you're obsessing over step 3. I don't know if you need to go into that much detail. Things like that can be helpful. If you don't have a lot of friends because you're new to the city, I suggest volunteering is a really great way to meet some friends. There's usually a local volunteer chamber or volunteer organization that has things that you can look for, that a whole bunch of different volunteer opportunities that you can look for to see if you would fit with that. And you can meet people when you do it. And then some of those people become friends and you can ask them their advice too. And some of them can connect you to a job. I always like to tell the story of this one job seeker who really liked to run outside, and he joined the running room and volunteered to help them with an event because he was discouraged with his job searching. And when he when he was at this running room event, he started chatting to the person next to him, and that person, and he got into a really good conversation, and then the guy offered him a job, and guess what? It was the CEO of the running room. He didn't know. So this is why it's good to get out. And that leads me to my next point, which is you might feel like you're down and out and frustrated, and you just do not feel like going through this whole job search thing. Well, then take the day off. I mean, it's your job search job, so you can give yourself a day off. Take the day off, and then take a little time to just refresh and recharge your batteries. And do whatever you like. Read a book, go swimming, look up some free events in the city that you could attend. You know, do a little, watch TV, whatever. Take the day off, and then you come back to it refreshed the next day. So you've got 3 things to do. You've got to plan out your daily activities and your weekly activities, and then you've got to plan out your stay hopeful activities and take advantage of the days when you feel bad to go do something fun. So if you do that, you're going to stay encouraged. You will feel like you're in control of the situation, and you won't be panicking. And a big part of all of this, of course, is take care of yourself, get some exercise, socialize with people, and make sure that you are networking and connecting with real live people. And a lot of people say to me, you know what, I'm shy. I don't like to go meet new people. But you know, it's not as hard as you think. It's always worse in your mind than it is when you're there. If you go to, for example, a meetup event and there are 10 people or 20 people there, I'll look for the one person who looks like they don't have anyone to talk to, and then go talk to them. And you will find out that they really appreciate it, and that gives you a start in the whole situation. But most networking events don't have to be big groups. They can just be one other person and talking to one other person. And even you can meet people through Twitter. I have actually quite a few job colleagues, and I even found 2 of my employees through Twitter. And so you can also, you know, if you find somebody that seems like it's a good conversation on Twitter and they're connecting you, you can say, gee, could we get together? Can I meet you at your office? Could we meet for coffee? Is there something, you know, could we have a quick phone call? That's another way you can connect with the person. And it's just the one person instead of a whole bunch of people. So find ways to socialize so you stay positive. Okay. So I would like you to also consider using a couple of really nice sites that I'm recommending this week. One of those sites is the New Canadians TV. If you haven't seen it before, it's very cool. Started by a New Canadian who was a TV producer in his country. And so it's really beautiful, little video clips of interviews that are things that are helpful, webinars, and blog posts. So New Canadians TV, check it out. It's awesome, really good, like it very much. And another one that's really good for job search is The Muse. That's spelled M-U-S-E, The Muse. Really great tips for career building, for any aspect of the whole job search process. And not just your usual blah, blah, but really helpful things and written from a real personal standpoint. So I like that one very much. So that's a great one to look at. The Muse and New Canadians TV, look up those sites. That's your action item today. Check them out, see what you think. And I hope you take some of these steps and put them into practice, because there is a way to stay motivated and encouraged when you're doing your job search. And it's all about being on top of it by giving yourself a schedule. So I'm going to end with that, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.